Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Katawa Shoujo, and we had just agreed to have it's not really a date, but it's going out on the town together to buy a present for Hanako, whose birthday is coming up soon. So this should be interesting, our first actual date, as it were, together outside of the school grounds. Bored of standing in place and watching the television in a shop window, I pull myself away from the tacky display with little effort. After living at Yamaku, the city seems like an entirely different world. No running in the halls, calm and orderly conduct is to be used at all times in the classrooms. Students are to exit rooms after checking both directions for oncomers. Elevators are reserved for movement-impaired students, single file on the stairs. Compared to such strict, almost regimental standards, the city's shopping arcade might as well be a strange country. While the school may have its fair share of hustle and bustle during the festival, the outside world is much different. It's strange. Having lived in a metropolitan city before my accident, this should feel more natural than Yamaku and the surrounding town ever could. Yet it feels foreign somehow. The elevated walkways and tall buildings, each adorned with billboards taller than any three people, don't do anything to distract me from the passing crowd's reactions. Whoa! Wow. Okay. That is a very nice outfit for her. Is that like a one-piece dress or something? That looks nice. Oh, she's got a little black ribbon in her hair. That's cute. Lilly keeps one hand on my shoulder, the other holding her cane, which taps the ground with a metronome-like steadiness. Looking over to her, that neutral smile of hers still holds. Having only seen her in school uniform, I'd not have recognized her. She sat on a bench waiting for me to come, if not for her cane propped up against it and her distinctive hair. I can't tell whether they're glancing at her due to her height, her foreign looks, her obvious blindness, or all three. Probably all three. Not that any of those would make the situation any less uncomfortable than it is. Do you have any ideas of where to look first, Hisao? Her soft voice breaks me out of my line of thought. I can't imagine that she's failing to notice the attention she garners, but she seems unfazed by it. I get the feeling she's the type to enjoy walking outside, so she might be used to it by now. Not really. This is my first time in this city, so I've got no idea where to go. I mean, trying to find a place just to buy presents for someone like Hanako, it's like finding a needle in a haystack, most likely, especially if you don't know where anything is in the city. She furrows her brow in thought, planning a route for us to take, and come to think of it, a way to communicate it. Something I noticed in the time I've been with her is how, when deep in thought, she lacks close to any form of body language to show it. Her expression may change, but not a hint of movement shows. She seems to have little in the way of sweeping physical gestures in general, though, so I've assumed it's part of her reserved nature. Is there a large electronics store near here? I take a quick look around, mostly finding clothing stores. After a few seconds, I notice a store with a bright blue sign some distance away that fits her description. Yep, it's just a bit ahead of us. Should we go in that direction? Thankfully, it's just the information she needed. With a nod, we start off and head towards Lily's unknown destination, landmarks being our guide. Here you go. 1 vanilla, 1 chocolate. I hand the money over the counter and take the cones to the railing that Lily's sitting on. I can't believe I let her trick me. Oh, you sneaky. That's what she did. She wanted me to pay for some ice cream today. Well played, Lily. Well played. She not only led me to an ice cream stall, but also got me to buy her some. At least she gave me the money for hers. Oh, okay. Well, okay, go and double Dutch. Okay, I'll grant that. But that would have been pretty fun if she's like, now you will pay for my ice cream. Sure enough, she's patiently waiting where I had left her. I guess she was planning on making the day an event, rather than a simple shopping trip. I mean, after all, I guess she considers this a date too, because Hisao does meet her preferences. I call out to her and slowly place the vanilla cone in her outstretched hands, being careful to make sure she has a good hold of it before letting go. At least her tastes are fairly normal. I was worried she'd ask for some weird flavor when she first asked. Here's the change. It's okay. Keep it. Well, that was nice. I moved to protest, but realized the futility of doing so over such a small amount. I slipped the coin into my pocket, supplementing my meager allowance ever so slightly. Lily shows no sign of wanting to get up, so I take a seat beside her and start eating my own ice cream. The summer's weather's nice, hoping it will hold out for a while. You too. I'm beginning to think I'm the only person who prefers winter. I contemplate her statement for a long moment. Yeah, I think you might be. It draws the intended reaction. She's cute when she's pouting. Still, I can't really imagine what's so good about winter. You can't go out without bundling up, and you still freeze anyway. I used to live further north where there'd be plenty of snow to play in, so it's a little nostalgic. I don't like the heat very much either. At least you can wear a skirt, so don't complain about that. She gives an amused giggle as we both get back to finishing off our already melting cones. I idly sit and watch the crowds go by as we eat, catching bits and pieces of conversation. Looking to Lily, I see her dutifully licking her ice cream from the top downwards, blissfully unaware of the fact that it's beginning to melt. It's probably all over her face. It's like all over her neck and everything. And you know what? At this point, I'd be like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to just have you walking all day with that ice cream on your face, and then at the end, we're back at Yamako. Did you know you have ice cream on your face? How dare you not tell me? It's melting. Where? On your face. Down a bit? She lowers her mouth from the top of the cone, but has no idea exactly where the ice cream's dripping. What follows is a game of guiding her left to right until she finally finds it. This could be somewhat entertaining and slightly erotic as she's trying to look all around the ice cream cone. Doing the onlooker might seem absolutely bizarre. A girl with her eyes closed turning her cone over and over as the guy next to her gives instructions. A strange variant of childhood blindfold games, maybe. In good time, we finally finish our treats and while away the time conversing casually. Caught mid-sentence, Lily perks her head in her trademark manner. It's an unmistakable sign that something's caught her attention. Ah! What is it? Is Akira somewhere over there? I think I heard her. I raise an eyebrow as I look in the direction she's facing, somewhat doubtful of her ability to pick out Akira's low voice in the din. Sure enough, though, a blonde girl in a suit can be seen through the tiny gaps between people walking every which way. That is some awesome hearing! Wow! No wonder she can pick me up wherever I go. I raise a hand and wave, trying to catch her attention. Hey, Sato! Hey, Sato! She stops in her track and looks towards me, evidently not noticing my calls. As she does, I notice someone walking beside her. I can't get a good look at whoever it is, though, before the two begin walking towards where we are. As they reach us, Lily and I stand and dust ourselves off. Akira? Hey, you two! Whoa! Another cute girl. She nods towards me, a gesture which I quickly return. My gaze shifts toward the young girl next to her, and our eyes meet. As they do, Akira plops a hand onto her head, a move which doesn't seem to faze her. I don't believe we've met. I'm Hidekai. Pleased to meet you, Hisao. A guy's name, huh? Guess I just dodged a bullet there. He bows, somewhat restrained by Akira's hand being on his head. Interesting dress. Oh, Hideki's... I cannot pronounce that name. I'm just gonna say Hidekai, okay? If that just like offends somebody, I'm sorry, but Hidekai. Whatever. Oh, Hidekai's here too. Are you well? Akira's been taking very good care of me, thank you. Akira grins as if to affirm the point and rubs his head hard, dragging it around in a circular motion. Oh, I hate that. His dreary face during this is somewhat amusing. Uncle's out on business again, so I'm just taking him around for town today. I'd have preferred to be spending the day on a date with my boyfriend, boy. Hidekai gives a cough to try and redirect Akira's thoughts. As he does, though, I find mine wandering. They're related? And further, as first cousins? I suppose that explains why she's taking care of him in any case. Come to think of it, Hidekai, how did you know my name? Akira told me. Being a Yamaku student, I suppose you're disabled in some way? Thanks! Not everyone in Yamaku's disabled, which I only learned a handful of days ago. I give silent thanks to Shizune and Misha for their stream of information about how the school works. Because of them, I found that since the school will accept practically anybody suffering from non-mental disabilities, it doesn't discriminate against healthy people either. It seems unlikely that many in good health would enroll there, though. While the standard of education is pretty high, it's extremely isolated and very much focused on helping disabled students. You're dodging the question. Wow! Dang, he's sharp. Before I can say another word, though, he decides to take a stab at it himself. What would I call it myself? Your heart. Akira looks mildly curiously at me, her interest piqued as well. That sure was a lucky guess. That was spot on. How did you... You should know, you show no missing limbs or deformities, so no external disabilities are out. What are you, another version of Ren? Male? Considering the lack of any strange mannerisms, it's also unlikely that you'd have any mental disability. There's something wrong with your tackle! But Yamaku doesn't take mentally disabled students. I know. Leaving that aside, the only possibility left is that of internal disabilities. I didn't know which one you might bear, so I guessed, correctly as it turns out, and your reaction confirmed my guess. More than a little bemused, I look to Akira. She grins and shrugs, obviously taking some enjoyment out of her partner's deductions. He's sharp, yes, but more than a little unsympathetic. Logical, but lacking in tact. His attitude reminds me of Shizune in a way, as do his looks. He also reminds me a little bit of Ren, too, with his up-forward manner. May I ask why you're staring at me? Surely I'm not that unusual specimen. Ooh, he's called himself a specimen. I'm a stud, muffin. I am a prime specimen for ladies. Stop looking at me funny. Does he not know how unusual he looks? I could overlook the spats and clothing as just being coincidental, but the ribbon in his hair really is too much. That is entirely beside the point, though. Sorry, you just remind me of someone. Akira gives him a sharp jab with her elbow. Told you you're not that much different from her. He coughs into his hand to try and maintain an upright and serious demeanor. I see you've met my sister. Oh, really? Shizune? Perhaps my full name might help you. I am Hidekai Hakamichi. Okay then, you were probably thinking of my sister Shizune Hakamichi. Oh, wow. Wait. Is he... Oh, so he's Shizune's brother. Wait a minute. Yeah! They're all... Wow, they're big family. If Hidekai is the son of Akira's uncle and Shizune is his sister, then that means Lilly and Shizune's fathers are brothers-in-law. Therefore, Lilly and Shizune are first cousins. This just got a whole lot more complicated and better at the same time. Oh, jeez. Lilly groans in an uncharacteristically unrestrained manner. The reaction earns an amused smirk from her sister. The enmity between the two just took on another meaning. I had thought it simply a matter of difficulty of communication between the two, but a family feud makes things much more complicated and interesting. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. She gives a half-hearted shrug. She mustn't give as much weight to the two's conflict as I do. Well, that's how it is. What's she up to anyway on this fine day? We're shopping for Hanaku's birthday present. The day will be coming up soon, so this is the last chance we'll have before school starts again for the week. Akira makes a strange face, as if Lilly had just said that the sky wasn't blue and the clouds not white. Isn't her birthday on the 10th next month? Yes, why? Is something wrong? Akira's face seems to collapse. It's an utterly unbefitting expression for someone so rowdy and headstrong. The folks didn't call you yet? As Lilly shakes her head cluelessly, I look at Hidekai to see if he knows anything about this. A simple shrug is his only answer. Something just happened here. For a moment, Akira ponders what to do before smiling once again. The fact that she can hide her emotions so quickly and effectively is unsettling. Hey, Shorty, sorry, but can you hang out with Hisao for a while? He nods and waves her off, Akira placing an arm on Lily's shoulder as she guides her away and out of earshot. So even though I wouldn't say I'm technically dating Lilly, I'm still out of the family squabbles for the moment, or family business. I have no part in it. And so I'm alone with Shorty. So, nice weather, isn't it? It seems so, he says sagely. I guess they dumped us. Indeed. What a farcical, I can't pronounce that word, attempt at small talk. I've got no idea of how to talk to this guy, and his robotic responses aren't helping. Blood and a stone come to mind. Without another word, he begins to rock on his feet in an obvious gesture of boredom with this discussion. He really is like a little kid, despite his serious demeanor. Suspecting the conversation over, I decide to accomplish what I came here to do in the first place. I'm going to go search for a present. Coming? Not much else to do.